how are you doing? This live should have happened last weekend, but for some reason it wasn't working. I tried scheduling it, but it wasn't working. Until someone called my attention to it on Wednesday, and I said that okay, it's actually public that I'm supposed to go live, but I couldn't see it on my end, and I couldn't go live on my end. And even that particular live stream, I've been trying to connect to that one because I scheduled it, and I rescheduled till tonight, but for some reason it's not working. So the aim of this video, thank you so much for joining. The aim of this video is to plan the week. We are all aware that um, I am a sucker for you to have a productive day. You need to plan each day the night before. So I take it a notch higher by planning each week the Sunday before. So Sunday nights are usually time for me to reflect on the past week, re-strategize and plan towards the next week. And to do that, I'll be using my time management, sorry, my media research workbook. Um, I know some of you guys don't have the media research workbook, and I think I would find a way to get it across to you guys. But I use my media research workbook to plan each week. I see that someone has joined. Hello. Please say hello so I know who is here. I'm just trying to pop up my media research workbook now. I wanted to be able to show you my screen, but I couldn't set that up. So I would basically just communicate with you whatever I'm seeing here. I'm really trying to pull it up. Found it. Hi Abdullah. Hello. Good to see you. How are you doing? How's your week going? Sorry, how is your weekend going? How? Hello, Telmon. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I might not be able to pronounce your name properly, but I can see you. Thank you for joining. Hello, thank you for joining. We are basically planning a new week. We are planning our week. This is Sunday night. The next day is a Monday, so we don't rush into Monday without knowing what exactly we are doing each week. So we are trying to plan the new week ahead of time, and I'm trying to open my media research workbook, and my Google Drive is not opening it, so I'm just going to open it on my system directly instead of trying to open it online. How are you guys? How was your weekend, or how have you been? How was your weekend basically? You are from Kenya. I'm based in Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian. I'm from Nigeria. Nice to meet you, Samuel from Kenya. So nice to meet you. Tell me something about Kenya that I don't know. Samuel, please tell me something about Kenya that I don't know or that you find really interesting. Rakesh, I'm good. I'm very well, thank you. How about you? Okay, my workbook is opened. I really wish you can see it, but you can't. So here's what we're going to do. Get a notebook and a pen. We are basically planning. Like I said, we are planning the new week. So get a notebook and a pen. I'll read out the prompts to you and you plan on your own. Is that good? Are we together? So on the media research workbook, I'm going to November. This is November 16. which is the we're entering the fourth week in November. Oh, Rakesh, that's beautiful. That's really nice to know. So one of the things, if you are here, if you are here to actually plan your week, let me know in the chat so I know we're on the same page because I can see a lot of messages. Right. So one of the first prompts I have here, which is weekly check-in, and I would say the prompt, but let me know we're on the same page as regards why we are on this live, what we are doing here. Hi Rakesh from India. It's really nice to have you on here. We are basically here to plan for the new week, which is tomorrow. On this channel, I share practical tips and actionable steps that will help you become a better version of yourself. So, and one of the things that I say consistently is the importance of planning each day the night before, so you go into each day with clarity on what you're supposed to do. That will help you manage your time better, would also help you manage your energy better, so you know the things that you should be focusing on and the things you should let aside. So that keeps you focused and less distracted and also more productive. So what we are doing today on this live is taking that a notch higher. Instead of just planning each day the night before, we are planning each week the Sunday night before. So that's what we are doing here. All right, I can see a couple of people have joined. This is probably your first time coming across me or anything I do, so that's why I had to make that introduction. Now, let's get into what we came here to do, okay? If that is something you're interested in, let's just proceed. I want to confirm that you have your writing materials, because I'm not just talking to you. I want to plan my week, and I want you to plan your week as well. So we're doing this together. So if that is something you're interested in, drop a chat so I know we're on the same page. Drop something in the chat so I know we're on the same page. And also get your notebook and your pen, or if you would like to use your device, your laptop or your phone to take notes, whatever works for you. Just get something you can write on in the meantime. I'd also love to see your chat. I'm waiting for somebody, even if it's just one person, to drop in the chat that you're on the same page, you're here, we're doing this together, so I know that we are on the same page, right? Where's everybody? Where is everybody? Oh, great. Thank you, Abdullah. We're good. So we are starting with weekly check-in. Abdullah, if you don't mind, if you can drop if that's something you can do. If you can't do, that's fine. If you can drop out, I'll share the prompt. Let me see if it's something I can do. Let me bring my phone closer. If you can drop the prompt that I'm sharing in the chat. Let me see if it's something I can do here as well. So the first prompt that we're starting with is, we're doing a weekly check-in. So we're going to reflect on the past week, what worked last week, and use that to plan the next week, okay? So weekly check-in, first prompt is, what worked well last week? What worked well last week? You can have a list of what worked well, or just one or two things, and I'll time that for like 5 minutes so we can what worked last week. I'm trying to see if I can drop the prompts in the chat. Let me play a song so it's not just quiet while you're reflecting. Once you are done, just let me know you are done so we can move on. I would like to go at your pace. So once you are done, just let me know you are done. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm on my system, so I'm taking my own notes. So I think we have passed the 5 minutes mark. Abdullah, are you done? I'm almost done, so we can move to the next prompt. Are you done? Mama. What's good? So the next thing we are going on, we've reflected on what worked in the past week. Now we're reflecting on what didn't work last week. What didn't work last week? What didn't go as planned? So what did you plan to do? What did you plan to do last week that didn't go as planned, that you didn't see through? So what that does is it helps you reflect. So now you reflected on what worked, what didn't work, what did you want to do that you were not able to do, and you can either write for what reason, so you know how to improve on that entering the next week. If you're just joining, hello. We are planning to, I've shared the prompts in the chat so you can reflect and answer. I'm also answering, I'm in my laptop, so I'm also planning. So join us. Moving on, how can I improve next week? So now we've touched on what went according to plan, what worked in the previous week. Now, what didn't work, what didn't go as planned. Now, how can I improve next week? That is this week. How can I improve? You've seen what worked, what didn't, and how can I improve? What can you do to ensure that what didn't work is changed this week and the mistakes you made does not repeat itself this week? Hi, Steven. You're welcome. Hi, John. You're welcome. So we're doing a weekly check-in, and I'm using prompt from the Media Reset Workbook. We've touched on what worked this week. We've touched on what didn't go as planned, and we also just concluded how can I improve next week. So moving on, write your goals for the week. So what are your goals for this new week? It doesn't have to be something voluminous. You actually don't want it to be cumbersome that you won't be able to meet up with. Minimum, have something actually achievable. It can be one, just something that you want to achieve before the end of the week. And I like to break down my monthly goals into weekly goals and actionable and daily actionable steps. So if you have one goal for the week or two goals for the week, break down how you plan to achieve those goals. For example, there's a book I'm currently reading. I've not read the previous week. I didn't read as much, or in the past few weeks, I've not been reading as much as I want to, and I picked up a book this week that just passed, and I want to complete that book this week. In my head, I'm thinking, how many pages does this book have? It has like about 200 pages. How many pages can I read a day? I know I can read for at least 1 hour a day. How many pages am I able to cover in that 1 hour? So I know that I have a target of this number of pages each day. Or I can simply just put it as I want to read for at least 1 hour each day. And I'm not just going to put it out there that I want to read for 1 hour each day. I'm actually going to set a time and incorporate that into my Google Calendar, my timetable, which is from this time to this time I want to read. So I can break it down into, what I usually do is I break it down into 30 minutes or 15 minutes across my day. So when I wake up, before I get off bed, after my devotion and my Bible study, I read for 15 minutes. Then so I plan that. Basically that's what we are doing right now. So what are your goals, and what is the system to help you achieve the goal you have for the week? And that way I'm able to set it on my Google Calendar. I have videos where I shared how to create a time management system using Google Calendar, but having that, I already know where I'll be each day of this week and what I'll be doing. So I'm incorporating the goals that I have for the week into my plans. Do you get? Are we good? So that's like the final thing we are doing on this live before I take questions, and then we'll call it a night, because y'all need to rest. Tomorrow is Monday. So what are my goals for this week? What Hi, Kosi. So I'm actually done. Is every other person done? Are you guys done? I am done with my planning for the week. And this is where we call it a night. Ooh. Yeah, this is where we call it a night. Or does anybody have any question before I go off? Any question? I woke up with this and it hurts. You joined late. What? Oh, we just rounded up. We are planning the new week. So we started with reflecting. If you go through the chart, you can see some of the prompts that we used. Basically, like I think 4 prompts to plan the new week. So we first reflected on the previous week, what worked, what didn't work, what didn't go as planned, and how can I improve the next week. Then what are your goals for the new week, and then breaking down those goals into daily tasks. When I stop this live, I'll leave it on till midnight so you can go through it and follow through. But I'll be ending the live now. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. I hope this helps. If you have any question, you can drop in the comments in the chat right now, or as soon as the live is up, like as soon as I release the video, you can drop your questions in the comments and I'll attend to it. But right now I have to call it a night. It was great doing this with you. I like doing this every Sunday night, planning each week, so I go into the week prepared for the week, so I know what I'm doing each day of the week. Another thing I wanted to add, I said this earlier, is when you've written down your plan for the week, incorporate it into your Google Calendar. I've mentioned this in my previous videos. If you've not seen my time management series, you should definitely check it out. I've shared step by step how you can design a time management system that works for you and how you can incorporate that system into Google Calendar. That helps me with reminders. So I'm constantly getting reminders. This week, I know what I'm doing. I know what will need my physical presence and what wouldn't need my physical presence but will need me to be online for a bit. Because I have Google Calendar is why I was able to get notified that I've scheduled to go live by 10 p.m. So that just makes it easy for me to ease into the task I have without being late and being under pressure when I remember last minute. So I really want you guys to check the time management series if you haven't. My eyes are heavy and I need to sleep, so I'm going to say good night. Good night, you guys. I'm releasing a new video this week, one or two videos this week, and I'll see you in those videos. Bye, guys.